Good morning, folks. Ann here. It's March 2nd, the day after a snow day where you folks did not receive your weekly UC updates. So we thought we'd show you this spreadsheet that we use to prepare that document in the event that you might like to have access to it on a regular basis. So I'm going to log into my Gmail account. You need to log in your gmail.maine.edu account as well in order to get this document. I think everybody knows how to do that at this point. So gmail.maine.edu. That document is stored in our UCLS account, so I'm going to log in there. When the page loads, you'll see our inbox. I'm going to go up to the Documents tab or link at the top, depending on which browser you're using. And the class materials exam schedule, which you can see is shared, is the document that we use to prepare this report each week. So I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to show you that this is a Google spreadsheet. It should look very familiar to you as Excel does. Two distinct areas. We've got the left side that's shaded gray, and we've got the right side where the headers are kind of red and the row data is white. This is the area that should look familiar to you. This is what we populate the Word document with each week. This side is where we receive the information from a Google form. I'll show you what that looks like because it's kind of interesting. You actually won't use this part of the application, but I want you to see how we do it. So I'm going to go to Live Form, and we populate each of these fields when we get some information about an exam. These field headings should look familiar to you. We like to know the day we received it, when did we get the instructions, when was it posted to SharePoint, have we made the copies to send out, etc. So we populate all that, click Submit, and then what happens is a row is populated in this spreadsheet right here. This was the last one that we input, and it looked like it was at about 9:30 today. We got word that there's going to be a CIS 210 excuse me, online exam coming up, and here are some of the details about that. Now this information over here is taken from these fields. As you can see, here's the date range is 3/5 to 3/9. Here's the exam, what type it is, etc. And this is what's going to show up in the UC Updates form for you. You can tell from looking at this that we create a lot of rows of data in the course of a semester. So what we anticipate you may want to do is download this document. I'll show you how. You go to File, Download As. I would choose Excel since that's the easiest thing to do. You can download this document into your own environment, and I'll note that when we get prompted to open it in Excel, we just say OK. So you download this in your own environment, then you can manipulate this data so that it reflects what you want at your site or center. I'll point out over here that whenever you see pound signs in Excel, it just means that the column isn't wide enough to display all the data. A quick little trick is to go up and double click between the two columns, and that'll automatically resize it so that it fits. So if I again scroll down to the end of this, you'll see that this was the last row that we used. You probably don't care about all of the old exams for times that have gone by, so what we're imagining you may want to do is look at this exam start date column and filter out the ones that you don't want to see. So I've clicked Select All to deselect everything. Perhaps I want to look at just the first couple of weeks in March, so I'm just going to maybe go this far. Click OK, and then you'll see that I only have 26 out of the 184 records displaying. If I then want to sort these so that they're in alphabetical date, I do that on the same field. And then I may want to filter, depending on your needs, filter by particular class, or even delete the rows that I don't want to see in my spreadsheet. you can pretty much do what you want at this point. Now, if you don't want to see this information, you only want to see the the pretty formatted information over here, you can highlight all of these gray rows, right click, and hide these columns. You can then do something like highlight all of the fields and resize them. Oops, let me undo that because that really wasn't a good plan, but just resize these columns so that they read a little bit better for you. You can then come over here and add your own center or site specific notes about this in terms of things like who's going to be proctoring, etc. Save this in your own environment, and now you have the ability to look at this document to see what's coming up in a live format rather than waiting each week to get this documents emailed to you from us. So if you find this useful, let us know and we will add you to the list to share it. If you need any help with Google type stuff, we'll be happy to help you there as well. Thanks for your attention.